the legal limit for DUIs or OVWIs, as they're known in Indiana. So you've probably heard the slogan, something like over the limit, under arrest, something like that. So what is the legal limit? Well, it's a little bit confusing because in Indiana, there is no legal limit. They could argue that you're intoxicated at a 0.05, a 0.15, a 0.25, any of those numbers. There is no limit where you are above the legal limit and you're deemed intoxicated. Now, what Indiana does have is what's called a per se limit or a per se offense, where if your blood alcohol content is above a 0.08, you can be charged with a C misdemeanor. If it's above a 0.15, you can be charged with an A misdemeanor. So that's what sometimes people refer to when they're talking about a legal limit, but you don't have to be above that limit to be charged with an OVWI. You can be charged with an OVWI charge for drugs where your BAC might be 0. It could be some kind of mix of alcohol, prescription drugs at a 0.06, where even though you're below that 0.08 per se offense level, it still could be enough to be deemed intoxicating. And that's what OVWI stands for, operating a vehicle while intoxicated, not necessarily operating a vehicle above a certain limit. So when people talk about the legal limit, most likely they're referring to that 0.08 number, which is similar to what other states have for their DUI or OVWI statute. But that's more of a guideline here because you can be under that limit and still be deemed intoxicated. Now, if you are over that limit, you do trigger that automatic per se, operating per se offense level. Again, 0.08 being a C misdemeanor and 0.15 being an A misdemeanor, both of those if it's your first offense. Now, there's not an elevated level above that 0.15. Some states have a very aggravated DUI where it's a 0.3 or above or something along those lines. In Indiana, those are the two thresholds, 0.08 and 0.15. A 0.30 OVWI will be charged the same way as a 0.15 OVWI, both as an A misdemeanor, again, if it's your first offense. If you have a prior offense within the last 7 years, it could be charged as a level 6 felony based on that. So when we talk about the legal limit, again, there's no official legal limit, but most likely people are referring to that 0.08 number that gets you above that first threshold of the per se offense level. If you have questions about that or anything related to OVWIs or DUI cases here in Indiana, give us a call at 317-632-3642. And remember to always plead the fifth.